Hey guys, I'm Dave.
And I'm Wayne.
And today we played Enemies of Rome from Worthington Games. Oh boy. Artwork on it is great, I'll give it that. It's essentially a Risk-like game where you as a player only have a maximum of 25 units in your pool, whereas the barbarians, which they call Enemies of Rome, have 125 units in their pool, and the other players, this is like a 2 to 5 player game, each have 25 units. So the problem is there's no benefits to holding territory. It's an area control game where you could care less if you control any territory because you're just getting glory points for basically invading a territory and defeating the units there, and then after that, you could care less whether you hold it or not. So it kind of ruins it as an area control game like that. And having only 25 units, like we played a 2-player game. I mean, with all our units on the board and stuff, it didn't even cover half the map. So you don't even have enough units where you could actually take the whole Mediterranean, and Europe. You know what I mean? So that was kind of ridiculous. But I would have rather throw the rule set and the cards out and just play it kind of like a Risk game or something that makes them like homebrew rules, because the components look fine and stuff, and I like the way the map looks. It's just I don't like the way they did the game personally. I'm sure it plays better at 5-player than 2-player, but what'd you think of this game?
Well, it's if you want something historical, you'll be disappointed. Mm-hmm. If you like Risk and want something a little more color into it, then you'll be happy, because you have all these cards with unpredictable events, and you just have to react to them. Plus, also you have the possibility of conflict with other people. Of course, as a 2-player, the problem was I spent most of the game just even trying to get close to you. But I had all these green squares that popped up next to me, and in the areas I controlled that had, last couple turns, all I'm doing is fighting off what I control. Mm-hmm. So, in some ways, you might enjoy that more, the unpredictability. But other ways, it's very frustrating.
Yeah, it felt like they put out too many barbarian units, or enemy of Rome units, they call them, each turn. Because, I mean, there's a bunch of cards where it puts out like 12 units in a turn. And if they usually go to the same geographical area. It'll say like these countries in this geographical area. And if you happen to be there, since you only have 25 units in your pool, odds are you probably don't have any more than 6 units in that area, and they just put down 12. So, I mean, that's a serious problem for you. And if it's just one card like that, it wouldn't be a big deal, but there's a bunch of cards that put out like 10, 12 barbarians a turn, which is too much.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, you got to remember, we had 2 sets of dice for each side. The red dice for the Romans and the green dice for the enemies of Rome. And these are custom dice, so you have 2 sides that have a cross sword, that means a kill. And the Romans have 3 sides with a cross sword. So, it's trying to reflect that the Romans are better armies, but the barbarians tend to start at a certain point getting lots and lots of people. Mm-hmm. Too many. I mean, I looked at the force that was in Pandemonium, and I was getting scared. If it ever attacked, it's curtains. Mm. So.
Yeah, and with the dice, you're like constantly like swapping dice and stuff, because whenever the barbarians need to roll, let's say it's his turn and the barbarians need to roll, then I take the green dice and I roll them, and then the next turn, so we're just passing them back and forth like every single turn. And this is a many-turn game. I mean, we played until the cards ran out, and I don't know how many turns it was. That was a lot of turns, though. So just imagine, let's say it was 40 turns. I don't remember how many it was, but you're passing the dice back and forth 40 times during the game. So after about 20 times, it starts getting pretty annoying.
Yeah. Because it seems like with this one, it's like each turn, ancient warfare would be like you spend your turn just conquering one province.
I would have just had one dice. No red dice, no green dice, just one dice. And instead of it has 3 swords on it, and the 3 swords mean 3 barbarians are killed, and then have like 2 skulls on it, and the 2 skulls mean a Roman is killed or something, and you just roll that instead of each person having to do an opposed die roll. You know what I mean? That would have made the game go a lot faster too.
Yeah, because I was thinking you just have regular dice. Barbarians get roll a 1 or 2 to kill something. Romans 1 to 3.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Then you don't have to trade dice every time.
Yeah.
That was, it come down to that was the most annoying thing about this game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm surprised no one complained about it when they were developing this.
Well, probably when they're developing it, I assume they probably concentrated on the 5-player game. I mean, the 2-player game, the only difference between that and the 5-player is you have 6 less cards in the deck, really. I mean, that's basically the only difference.
Okay, yeah, so the game's over sooner.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I was about to say, recommend, like, if you want a simple game, this will do it. If you want something with a little flavor of history, but not an overwhelming amount. I was thinking people who don't know history would probably look at the cards and say, what's this first Roman Jewish revolt? I gotta look this up. Or Pandemonian attack, or something like that. Or a Parthian war. They might get more interested in the history of Rome.
Mm.
So, I mean, also I was thinking, to me, it made more sense of certain provinces were worth more. Like if you capture Athens, you should get 3 replacements per turn. Rome, you should get 6 per turn.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff they could have done to have made the game better. The reason I bought it the other day. I don't know if it was on Wednesday, I think it was. I have to go into the office twice a week at work. The other 3 days I work from home. So I went in the office, and they're only like 3 miles from Games Plus. So I went over there, and they had this game on sale for $28. And I think retail on this is like $75. I was like, okay, so for $28, I'll try it out.
Yeah. Actually, like I said, if you want something that's simple, a little historical flavor, but not too much, and has some of the frustration of ancient warfare. So,
my take, buy Time of Crisis instead from GMT Games. Either that or just buy regular Risk. That's my take.
Yeah. Okay.
But all right, that's all we got, guys. Have a good one.
Okay.